Alright guys, in our continued efforts to kind of keep things a little tidy around here, because you get busy on projects and things get messy and you got to clean up after a while because it just gets a little out of control. So the porch, as you can see, needs to be cleaned up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started and make it look nice again. All right, we're spick and span. Good to go.
to put in new string. And I'm not entirely sure how to do it. Edward told me, take this and feed it through that hole there, and it's supposed to come out the other end. We will see. Maybe it goes in this way. I don't know. Oh, it does. Haha! He was right. He was right. Okay, well, maybe just following instructions. It worked. See if I can get it restarted, yeah? Wish me luck.
I'm starting a afternoon after work project of my wife's car needs new rotors and brakes, so I've got to replace those. We haven't driven the car for a week just because we've had a little bit of a shimmy when braking at high speeds, and so that has led me to get new brakes and rotors for the car. I think that should take care of that issue. So, hence the after work project. So hopefully this should address anything that we need to fix on this. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, get this side jacked up and get the tire off. I also have to adjust the headlight on this side, on the driver's side here. I replaced the headlights bulbs probably a couple months ago, and the driver's side headlight kind of is not pointed down at the road, but it has a kind of like a little crazy eye effect. It kind of goes off to the side of the road and up and out. So anybody who's been driving towards us in the opposite lane is probably going, what is wrong with those people's headlights? So anyway, I'm going to go ahead, and since I have the tire off and the adjustment for the headlights is right there, I can go ahead and get in there and get that dialed in as well. So I'm going to get started. Well, I think from living up here in New England and going through a couple winters, these rotors are pretty rusty. So it might be a little tough to get this wheel off. See if we can't break it free. we got the wheel off. We can start doing the rotor and pads. Hopefully those come off a little easier. See, we have the new rotor on. Looks way better than the old rusty one. There to there. Much better. All right. Got the new rotor on, got the new brake pads on, and the caliper bracket. Now we just got to get the caliper piston here. I'm going to compress it down, and then that way I can slide it over the brake pads, put it back on, and then should be able to put the tire back on, and this side will be done. Alright, as you can see, here's the old brake pads. Still had a little bit of life left on them, but the rotor is just completely rusted. So I'm glad that I'm replacing that. Alright, I'm going to try and get this wonky headlight adjusted so that both headlights are pointing at the road and not having one go off that way. Okay, so the headlight adjustment cap there, I was able to get that back on. Now I'm going to turn the wheel a little bit so that it straightens out, and then I'll go ahead and put the tire back on, and we should be good to go. All right. Well, that takes care of the driver's side. It'll be the same process for the passenger side, but relatively easy project to take on, and it's just one of the many things and projects that maintenance stuff that we have to take care of here on the farm, whether it be vehicles or tools or anything like that. There's always little things that like maintenance that will require your time, because if you don't do the maintenance, you end up with bigger problems, and I'm not a fan of bigger problems. Let's just say I like to avoid that, so we're gonna call this good. As soon as I get the other side done, this car will be ready to hit the road.
wanted to do a before and after shot. This is it dried. It's like a huge difference. I mean, look at that. It's so much lighter and brighter. So that turned out great. We're gonna do another part of that, or the house around the corner on the porch. Not today. We'll do that, but we're going to do a little bit of porch update that's been needed, probably long before we purchase the place. All right, see you guys later.